Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome to another MAMJ Let's Play of Sound of Drop Fall into Poison. When we left off, we were not in this room. I actually made it through the jellyfish room alive, but now I'm really curious to see what would happen if we decided to run straight through the jellyfish instead of waiting and not doing anything. I figured we could go ahead and kick this episode off with a little bit of death. Well, I'm guessing she's gonna die, but I just want to see what happens, so let's do this. I have no choice but to run straight through. I no longer have time for doubt. At a glance, the door on the opposite side is closer than the one I came through. From here, the distance isn't too far to the interior door. Running at top speed should be good enough to reach that one. I hesitate for a moment, then grit my teeth and take off running. It's no more than 10 meters. It is a distance that should pose no trouble, even for someone like me who tested below average in physical endurance. Kya! Yep. When I had run about 5 meters, just having passed the 6th tank, I fall full force onto my back. The floor is wet, so one might say this should have been expected. No, this is disgusting. The water soaks through my skirt and quickly soaks my underwear. The tank water is in direct contact on the skin of my rear. It's cold and wet, uncomfortable and unavoidable. When I put my hand on the floor to stand up, I discover that action is a mistake. Ooh, ouch! I squeeze my eyes shut at the pain that feels like I've been stabbed by a cold metal needle. No, it doesn't just feel like it. I have been stabbed by something. Have I been stung by... Shaking, I shift the line of sight to my hand. A jellyfish is covering my right hand. At that moment, I get upset that I can't feel the coldness of the water around my right hand. I got stung. What do I do? Someone... The pamphlet introducing the jellyfish has gotten mixed up with the pieces of glass from the tank. Man of War. I noticed the name without much of a reaction, but it has to be poisonous to be called that. There have also been incidences of fatalities. Fatalities. Poison. What do I do if I've been stung? How do I clean this? Is it bad if I don't clean it? I can feel my pulse quickening. I wonder if it's the poison making its way through me. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? When I try to will myself to calm down, my impatience ramps up. Someone help me! Wait, what? Oh, we're fading out. We're fading out fast. Trying to use my pulsating right hand for support to push myself up, I slide in the puddle and can't stand. It hurts. It really hurts. I put water on the area where I'd been stung in an attempt to rinse it out. However, the opening of the wound stings and startles me. I need fresh water. Trying to apply pressure in vain, I tightly grip the area where I've been stung. Dad. Mom. Himeno. Mari. Wanting to be saved, I call out as loudly as I can. However, in reality, my voice has already grown hoarse. The corners of my eyes grow hot, and from them fall individual droplets. No, I'm going to die. My voice is no longer really a voice at all. Before long, an electric shock runs through my hand. The subsiding of the intense pain brings my senses back to me. But my voice will no longer even come out. Even when I try to think of something, nothing happens except a sensation of pain whirling inside me that fills me to the brim. Unable to control my body, I fall to the ground. First my head, then my chest. From my stomach to my feet. Having fallen on my face, half my body is submerged in water. My heartbeat quickens. I become acutely aware of the flow of my blood. Unable to stand it, I vomit. The very idea of being able to endure it no longer occurs to me. Even so, the poison won't be expelled from my body. My entire being becoming numb is proof that my blood has been pumping so quickly it has worn out my veins. Wanting to rinse out the remaining vomit in my mouth, I suck in water. It tastes like salt. Within my body, I'm struggling with all I have. On the outside, my shell has long exceeded the limits of stamina. Blood is soaking through the capillaries in my eyeballs, and the puddles spreading on the floor are pierced with red. Gradually, I stop feeling my blood flow. Is it because my heart has stopped? Or because my consciousness has disappeared? Either way, my consciousness stops and fades into the darkness. With the same simplicity that a ventilation fan spews out cold air, My breath is evacuated from my body. When I come to, I'm still gazing at the cylindrical tank, vacantly, thinking nothing other than, I wonder if something's in there. I just stare into that tank. I have neither the urge to call out nor the desire to walk away. Merely the sensation that my consciousness alone is floating along the rippling sea. Why on earth am I here anyway? What have I come here to do? Whether I can't remember or there was just no reason from the beginning. The jellyfish are pretty, especially this jellyfish. Its color is so bright. The voice that starts talking right in front of me catches my attention for some reason. I feel like I've heard it before somewhere. Well, who is it? I'm unable to remember clearly, seeing only a wavering face that won't come into focus. Anyway, Mayu. Where did she go? Mayu. That girl. She talked like she was looking for someone. Poor thing. If she's lost someone here, she probably won't find them. Wait a second. Where is this to begin with? Swaying. Swaying. Softly. Softly. Drip. Drop. The sounds of drop resonating all around me. Gradually, ceasing to care, my consciousness melts into the water. My form. I think she turned into a jellyfish. I think that's what happened to that ending. Is you turn into a jellyfish and you're in the tank as she comes. It's gotta be. Oh, that's creepy. It wouldn't make any sense exactly because, like, all the tanks were broken and stuff, but whatever. I'll take it for what it is. Okay, so we got turned into a jellyfish. That's actually kind of cool. Kind of clever. Okay, so let's go ahead and load back up to where we were. Okay, in front of the souvenir stand. More importantly, why are you here? That's why she was asking where we were. Hiyoshi-san steadies me against the wall in front of the souvenir stand. The terror from a moment ago hasn't escaped through the heavy, dark gray emergency door. Isn't this Mountain Aquarium? Besides, before I met up with you, Hiyoshi-san, there was so much. Hiyoshi-san just stares at me in my flustered state. Alright. Calm down, Mayu-chan. A wry grin appears on Hiyoshi-san's face, and he motions in front of the souvenir stand before sitting down. Today, I have nothing but bad memories in relation to the floor, so I merely lean against the wall. The gacha machines are still here, but the whole lineup is new, and I don't know a single one of the products. What? Is that like a chapter end or something? Okay. Well then, have you calmed down a bit? Yes. Thank you very much, Hiyoshi-san. Yeah. I'm glad you can call me by my first name. I don't really care about who's older and who's younger. Hiyoshi-san, Hiyoshi-san, Hiyoshi-san. Well then. What is it you know about this aquarium, Hiyoshi-san? Geez, I told you to call me by my given name. That wry grin appears again, but there's nothing I can do. I have some hesitation about actually calling an older guy by his given name, and I've only heard his first name once, so I really don't remember it. After that, Hiyoshi-san makes a serious face. I think of him as a lighthearted person, but his mouth straightens. His face seems very focused. Well, it's fine. At any rate, there's only one thing I know. This is Mountain Aquarium, but it's not Mountain Aquarium. It's not Mountain Aquarium? Something like that. I don't know the principle or the cause behind it, but this Mountain Aquarium is on a distinct time axis from the one you and I visited earlier, Mayu-chan. That's what I think. I can't think of it as anything else. A different time. Whether past or present, you could even call it a parallel world, Hiyoshi-san adds. We're on a different world line. Oh my god, I did it again. I freaking teleported to a different world line. I can't understand what he's saying. Not in the least. How do you know this, Hiyoshi-san? That is... Hiyoshi-san mumbles and snorts. He looks my way and smiles bitterly. Mayu-chan, didn't you meet any friends or acquaintances from long ago? Huh? On the contrary, you didn't see any staff or other customers, did you? His words seemed very enlightened. I couldn't think of a single thing. After all, I'd just come from that experience firsthand. However, there was something that bothered me as well. Hiyoshi-san said long ago, Mari, who hasn't changed since that day. But then, why? I don't get it. That bit about long ago. Therefore, I rejected it. In doing so, I could affirm the fact that I had reunited with Mari. Is that so? It seems I said something a bit strange then. As he looks away and says this, I have no response for him. Staying like that for a moment, Hiyoshi-san says, by the way, and continues speaking. I think what caused that glass in the jellyfish tank to rupture was an expansion of gas from something within the tank. So the gas expanded and ruptured the tank from within? If we're thinking about the cause, right. Since there's no staff in a space-time distortion, then it's not strange for the oxygen modulator here to break down. Then it wasn't the work of ghosts. To my murmuring, he had no answer. Even if we have to force ourselves, we should think positively, right? For us to have to come here and there to be ghosts, it's not something I could take. Can we get back to our original time axis? Or something like it? We can get back, definitely. Hiyoshi-san asserts decisively, without looking me in the eye. Once again, he starts the next topic with a quick, by the way. That girl that was with you, the one who seemed into the occult and stuff, what happened to her? You mean, Himeno? Yeah, Himeno-chan. Weren't you together? I inflate my cheeks without thinking about it. When he notices, I become embarrassed and look down. I rest my hands on my knees, and moving them up and down, I say, I don't know. Ah, you're a pretty easy read, Mayu-chan. Got into an argument, did you? It has nothing to do with you, Hiyoshi-san. Still, you do get that there is something foul about this aquarium, right? Mayu-chan, you experienced that yourself. At his words, a pang of pain surges through my chest. That room with the rotten corpses, the sudden cracking of the tank at the Jellyfish Booth. When I think about the same accidents that could happen to Himeno, I instinctively leap up. Speaking honestly, I have no desire to see Himeno's face, but knowing that the whole aquarium is dangerous, I can't calm down. What ifs? Imagining possibilities alone makes me want to cry. Wait a second, Mayu-chan, you must be tired from all this happened. Moving quicker than I do, Hiyoshi-san's hand holds me back. I'll go look for Himeno-chan for you. I'm more knowledgeable about this place. You wait here. As he says this, Hiyoshi-san gives a thumbs up. It was a mystery to me. We had only met just today and had an inconsequential conversation, so I wondered why he had come to rescue me. He was even showing concern for Himeno. He was supposedly a total stranger. So why? Bye! Without hearing my response, he starts walking away from where the Jellyfish Booth was. His face and profile with me makes me feel very reassured. Time to save. Okay, so do I want to go with him or should I stay? Should I stay or should I go? That is the true question here. Please, Hiyoshi-san, or please wait, I'll go. Actually, is it even staying? Let's go together. Please wait, I'll go. Somehow moving my heavy legs, I follow behind Hiyoshi-san. It would have been easier to leave it to Hiyoshi-san. However, Himeno is my best friend. Though I can't believe we had fought, that reality can't be changed. So, I want to go get her. Since the souvenir shop is near the entrance, Hiyoshi-san heads towards the closest tunnel tank. If Himeno's still in the building, then we need to look everywhere for her. I'm able to catch up with Hiyoshi-san before he enters the tunnel. I'm going too. Huh? Mayu-chan, I told you to wait there for me. I can't do that, because Himeno is my friend. Also, I don't want characters to split up. Like, I think it's a bad idea. If you're trapped in a haunted place, you need to be together. I know, like, he could go crazy, and he might kill his corpse party style, But right now, I'm willing to take that risk. A souvenir shop doesn't seem like somewhere that would be very deadly if you're by yourself, but if we never see him again and we have to venture out on our own, that could be very bad because he saved us last time. On hearing what I said, Hiyoshi-san gives me a patronizing look while grinning at me. Looking into the tunnel from the outside, I realize it hasn't changed from the mountain aquarium I'd seen earlier that day. Large fish like manta rays and sharks swim about. This is the tunnel tank. If you two went in order earlier, then shouldn't we start with the first exhibit? I nod. As what Hiyoshi-san said is right. He adds, right, and walks on. I notice something there and pull him back. Look, over there. I say as I point to an area nearby that's visible from the entrance. A silhouette becomes clear on close observation. I become frightened. Something hops freely from side to side. It bounces about the tunnel numerous times, then stops itself. After bouncing up and down on the floor several times, it ceases to move, completely exhausted. Straining my eyes from far away, I can see that it's a fish. From what I can see from 10 meters away, it has sharp fangs and a body as thin as a rail. That might be a cutlass fish. Hiyoshi-san mutters this, having laid eyes on the same thing I had. Still, fish aren't creatures that can hop up and down in a room like that. We should go look. Yeah, let's go get a better look. We should get a better look. After waiting near the entrance for several seconds, a fish resembling a cutlass fish bounces around the tunnel, then flops down on the floor, causing the amount of fish corpses on the floor to increase. The gathering of numerous fish scales reflects the fluorescent light back like a kaleidoscope. Though it is the same as the fluorescent lighting, the light reflected back is vivid, putting the sensation of the scale slipperiness in my mind. Ugh, that's pretty creepy. Hiyoshi-san's lips curl up in disgust as he grumbles. I also thought it was creepy, but compared to the rotten corpse I had seen earlier, that was as far back as I allowed my memory to go. Could that be? In contrast to Hiyoshi-san, who averted his eyes, I just continued to stare and was able to pick up on something. Those fish hopping around. They're coming from below, from that place that looks like a vent. From the beginning of the tunnel, the fish hop up intermittently. It doesn't appear as though they're going to stop, with a new fish popping up after a fixed interval of time passes. The fish mechanically shoot out of the vent, ricochet at about the tunnel at high speed, then finally, their vigor exhausted, die as they land in a pile on the floor. Ugh! At the moment they fall, the fish's long narrow bodies wriggle like snakes. They collide with the other fish as they cease moving, the next fish hopping to its death in the same manner. They are. Good eye, Mayu-chan. So many strange things have happened that I'm probably becoming used to them. Unable to bear these strange circumstances anymore, a self-deprecating smile reaches my lips as I give out a laugh. Whoa. At the same time, a fish leaps up. Hiyoshi-san takes a handkerchief from his pocket and tosses it into the giant cylinder. The fish pierces the handkerchief once it dances in the air. Then the fish passes through a second, then a third time as it bounces repeatedly. In an instant, the fabric he tossed has become dust. On placing myself in the handkerchief's position, I subconsciously cover my neck. It shouldn't penetrate this. Himeno. Not having a form should mean it isn't going through. A form. A dead body. I didn't want those words to pass my lips, but it was as definitely as Hiyoshi-san had said. Mayu-chan, don't you remember where you and Himeno-chan split up, do you? I look down and tilt my head to the side. I'm worried about Himeno. I can no longer make baseless statements like Himeno's fine because she's Himeno. The reality is that if Himeno-san hadn't rescued me, or Hiyoshi-san hadn't rescued me, I'd no longer be in this world. There's no way I can let that happen to Himeno. I have to hurry up and meet with her, then find a safe place. Okay. Okay. Well, we need to do a once-over of the building. Hiyoshi-san knocks on the panel that is to the left if you're looking out from the entrance. I hear it make a hollow sound before he pushes the panel in. Making a rattling sound, the panel opens. This isn't just a display, but also a door. In contrast to the nature-reminiscent blue exhibit space before the door, a mechanical gray hallway stretches before us. The dim, white fluorescent light flickers and fades on and off. Is this the staff passageway? Correct! When I came through here earlier, I saw some employees, so I was lucky it had just been left unlocked. Could the fact that the lights are on mean someone just came through here? Even if they had, that person should be aware of all the unusual phenomena here. Anyway, if we go through this passage, we can circumvent the tunnel and look for Himeno-chan. Alright. Hiyoshi-san walked ahead, taking several steps before I stepped in. I was hesitant about walking through the staff passageway without permission, but it was certainly better than going through the tunnel tank. Moreover, if we are able to come across a staff member, we might be able to gain some information on this mountain aquarium. Big sister. The staff passageway is approximately 10 meters, just wide enough that people can barely pass each other. Walking up ahead of me, Hiyoshi-san's shoulder width is so great that I wouldn't be able to pass him unless he turned sideways. Even more than before, Hiyoshi-san seems stronger and more reliable than ever. Big sister. Huh? That voice that I thought was just in my head bore a silhouette the second time. It made me suspect that it was probably an optical illusion. Behind me, I was sure I'd heard a nostalgic voice. What's up, Mayu-chan? Hiyoshi-san asked me without turning around. I squeak out that I'm fine and turn my attention to his back. Big sister. However, that was my confirmation. It was neither a visual nor auditory hallucination. The voice calling me, Mari's voice calling me big sister, had definitely come from behind me. Mari. Unable to hold back, I let the name slide from my lips. The next moment, I wanted to see Mari so bad, I turned back. You can't! Mayu-chan! My eyes opened wide in surprise as Hiyoshi-san plants himself firmly in front of me, arms spread wide. I had unconsciously backtracked to the passageway entrance, back to where we started. Huh? Suddenly going back. Don't you remember where we came from? Where's Mari? I see. You moved without hesitation, as if you had been called. So I thought that's what it might be. Calm down, Mayu-chan. There's nobody there. Huh? But the voice. There is no voice, alright? Calm down. You have to calm down. His expression as he calls for me to calm down is frantic. A crease appears on his forehead as he strains his voice. I steady my breathing and stand in fear of his threatening attitude. Breathing deeply, I keep my back against the wall of the corridor. As my determination rises, so does my body temperature. Listen. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Hiyoshi-san, I'm alright. Calm down. Ow, ow, ow. Are you alright? Ow, 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 ow. What? My words don't even seem to be reaching Hiyoshi-san at all. His eyes open wide and his voice rings out. Like a broken DVD player, he can no longer move past that one syllable. Hiyoshi-san? I back up instinctively. However, as if he's completely unaware, Hiyoshi-san just keeps yelling in a strange voice. Hiyoshi-san? Please tell me you're okay. Aren't you? 3 meters away from Hiyoshi-san, I peer at him. He sways, his legs unstable, but he's definitely moving towards me. Kya! Almost at the same time his strange voice drops, he falls over on the spot. As if his power supply had been cut off, he suddenly tumbles to the ground. The sound of him flopping to the ground sends a chill down my spine. I'm not familiar with what you call ukemi, but I know the way he fell is dangerous. Are you injured? Sitting down, I extend a quivering hand. It's probably a bit rude to the person who saved me, but he would understand. For at this moment, the image of his strange behavior is seared into my mind. Even when I call out to him, there's no response. But if I strain my ears, I hear shallow breathing. Thank goodness, he's alive. That alone is enough to satisfy me. There's something I can rely on within this mysterious aquarium. What in the world was all that? Still having my doubts, I am, for the moment, relieved. What should I do? I can't just leave him unconscious and defenseless while I proceed further into the staff passageway. On the other hand, carrying someone an entire head taller than I am is impossible. Hiyoshi-san, please wake up. I call his name over and over, but he still doesn't respond. I hesitate a bit, and then touch his back. Putting all my strength into it, I'm able to roll him onto his back. His body is now facing up with his eyes closed. His chest goes up, then down to form a breath. Hiyoshi-san! I can't make a distinction between whether he's just asleep or he's passed out. I've never seen someone who's lost consciousness. I take deep breaths to keep myself from giving way to panic. Other than the sound of Hiyoshi-san's breathing, the sound of machines running echo. Sometimes I can hear the sound of my own breathing. I'm alone. My awareness of the situation quickly turns to anxiety. I'm all alone inside this incomprehensible mountain aquarium. The only other existence I can rely on, Hiyoshi-san, currently has his eyes closed. Hiyoshi-san, please wake up. Growing impatient, I shake his shoulders. He doesn't even moan, and his lack of a reaction only increases my anxiety, so I call out his name in a louder voice. Whether or not my voice reaches him, his eyes flutter open. On closer inspection, he has distinct double eyelids. Thank goodness, you're awake. Huh? Oh! Are you looking down on me too? Hiyoshi-san, what? I'm Nakanobe Mayumi. I'm not looking down on you or anything like that. You too? Whoa! Whoa! Screaming, he grabs my left ankle as I squat next to him. His strength is unthinkable compared to his gentle demeanor from only moments ago. His rough hands dig into my soft skin. Terror rages within my heart as at this first brush with a real man's power. Please stop. Whenever he seems to be losing his grip on my leg, he tightens it more. Every time I verbalize my pain, his grip intensifies a little further. My concern for him is gone. The only feeling of his rejection remains. You little... I realize that little by little, he's pulling me closer to him. He really is that strong. I haven't done anything... Hiyoshi-san! Gripping my ankle tightly, Hiyoshi-san pulls himself up little by little. His chest is huge, and the muscles in his arms bulge and form a mountain shape. His face lacks the appearance of sanity, and his eyes are looking in different directions. They roll without end, seeming as if they will go completely white. Though I intended to put distance between us, I'm unable to do so. As if coaxed, I'm pulled closer to him. No. Rejected. I'm being rejected. The ones doing it. Are you all? No. While standing himself up, he sluggishly lifts his left hand. His fingers point in my direction. There's no mistaking his intent to grab me with both hands. I'm filled with the desire to be free from him. Oh God. I am gonna save. That's what I'm gonna do. Because that is a perfect spot to save it. So, was it a bad idea to go with him? Yeah, probably so. But there's so many different things that you could do. Like, we could have just avoided the whole fish shooting incident. We could have just stayed at the souvenir shop. There's a lot of things that we could do. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of suggestions as to what I should be doing. I'm going to kind of play this, I guess, with my best judgment, my first instincts, and we'll get as many endings as we can. And of course, if there are some cool and fun ones, I'll go back and revisit some of these save files and we'll see what we can do. But anyways, I guess we'll find out if I'm gonna die in the next episode. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next MAMJ. Let's go. I want to double back, but at the same time, somebody was dead in there. But I don't know. Like, there's the exit right there, I'm guessing. But is it safe? Should we go any further? I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and see what happens. I think that they need to make up and be the best of friends, and we're gonna get through this together. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I feel worried about Himeno all of a sudden. I'll go back. Upon thinking whether or not it's alright for me to just enjoy something so pretty, I reach for the door behind me.